when we talk about emotional intelligence, what are we actually talking about? So, emotional intelligence is the ability to identify and manage your emotions and the emotions of others. And when I talk about the emotions of others, it doesn't mean that, you know, we're trying to, manipulate somebody or it's from an unkind place. What it means is that when I'm with somebody and maybe they're super excited or they're feeling anger or sadness, I'm able to be with that person when they're in their emotions. I can manage that. And why does emotional intelligence matter? Like why even learn about it? This is what's so key around emotional intelligence. Any conversation or relationship that we're in, being the humans we are, we all experience emotions. And if we can gain a greater self-awareness around what we're feeling and why we're feeling it, then as we get better at that, we can make better choices on how we respond to people, how we communicate, how we are in our relationships. So it can really enhance our relationships. It can really help to resolve conflict too. Because if we come from a place using this skill of emotional intelligence, the better we get at it, the better we can resolve conflicts. And as I already said, it improves communication skills and can really contribute to our life and work success. And with emotional intelligence, there are four key components to this aspect of emotional intelligence. The first one is self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, and relationship management. And what we're going to go through today is self-awareness and self-management, given the time that we have together. And because these two components are so fundamental to how we communicate. So let's dive in and talk about what self-awareness is and what self-management is, and then I'll stop. So when we talk about self-awareness, this is actually the foundation to emotional intelligence. It's self-awareness that allows us to be in those other three components. And we bring self-awareness, we bring our self-awareness to those other three components. Now, specifically, when we talk about self-awareness, this is what it means. Self-awareness means that we know what we're feeling and why we're feeling it. So imagine with me for a moment, you're in a conversation with someone and maybe you're feeling really excited and the other person is talking about something and you're really wanting to share this story of something that really happened. With self-awareness, and as we get better at this, in our internal voice, we can say to ourselves, wow, I'm really noticing, I'm really excited, but I know I don't want to butt into my friend's conversation. I'm going to wait till I've listened and I've heard them. So we can track what we're feeling and why we're feeling it. And we understand how our feelings can have an impact on those around us. So if you imagine with me for a moment, let's imagine that I've had a very, very stressful day and maybe I'm feeling quite frustrated. If I know that, then I can be mindful of what my behavior's like around other people. Under a lot of stress and maybe feeling frustration or anger, it's easy for us to react, say things we don't want to say because we're feeling stressed. It's a normal thing to do. But if I can use self-awareness to say, hey, to myself, hey, Bernadette, just notice right now that you're under a lot of stress. So just be mindful on how you connect with people and how you speak. So that's me understanding my feelings and knowing and understanding with self-awareness, how my feelings can impact other people. with self-awareness, you also know what your strengths and weaknesses are, and how you view yourself, largely speaking, is how others view you as well. So you know how you come across. And self-management, our ability to use self-awareness, we use self-awareness to help us use self-management. And self-management is us managing our emotions. So when we use self-awareness and we're aware of what we're feeling and why we're feeling it, then we can control how we respond to things. We can control what we say. We can control our how we react to things. And we can be adaptable. So if something's not going in a direction that we want to, maybe rather than getting frustrated or angry about it, we can actually look at what's possible. And then we can be optimistic. So where situations maybe aren't so great, or we're trying to bring some optimism to a goal that we're sharing with other people, we're aware of what we're feeling and we're aware of how to bring optimism to that situation. So again, self-awareness, this is the foundation to emotional intelligence. The better that we actually get at starting to notice what we're feeling, then the better choice we can make on managing those emotions. Because again, just to reiterate, every conversation, every interaction we have, we bring ourselves to that, and we bring our emotions to that. So the more we can build that self-awareness, the better we get at how we communicate and how we are in our relationships. That's what's so key around emotional intelligence. So I don't know whether you've ever experienced this situation, could be in personal life or in family relationships or at work, where someone got really angry and said something they really didn't mean to say. And you might talk to them later and you ask them what happened. And they'll say, you know what, I don't know. I just allowed my anger to get the better of me. And before I knew it, I was saying things I didn't want to say. Now, it doesn't mean just because we build our self-awareness and our self-management that we're not going to have our moments, because that's part of being human and that's normal. But as I was saying, as you get better at building your self-awareness, as you get better at noticing what your emotions are, your own internal dialogue, then you get better